Alright, let me read the directions for activity 2.3. You have graph transformations of functions. In this activity, you will interpret the transformation given the graph. Number 1, analyze the graphs of f and g. For each reference point on f, so here's f. I have 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. The corresponding points after the transformations are shown on g of x. So here's g of x. So write the word start and end over here. Describe the transformations performed on f of x. So we're going to use words. And then we're going to write an equation for g of x in terms of f of x. So the first thing I want you guys to do is, let's make some observations together. What do you guys see? What are some things you notice from starting from this graph to this graph over here? Any observations?
It kind of looks like it was pulled down.
Oh, someone said pulled down, or can I say this? Vertically stretched. Vertically stretched. So pulled down is called vertically stretched. Okay? Now there's 3 points. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. Look here. 1, 2, 3. So the point in the middle, or I shouldn't say the middle, near the origin, what did you guys notice about from here to there? What happened? Shifted down. Shifted down. How many? 4 units. Okay, this is what we need to do next. We're going to go from words to letters. Words to letters. So I'm going to look for the word vertically stretched. And I realize it's my A value. Vertically stretched is an A value. Okay? And I know that my answer has to be bigger than 1. So let's write that. A is greater than 1. So I know my answer is going to be bigger than 1. Okay? Shifted down, what letter? A, B, C, or D? Shifted down, so it's going to be a D value. And I know my D value has to be less than, it says less than 0. And you guys already said it out loud. It's being shifted down how many units? 4 units. So this is going to be negative 4 because negative 4 is smaller than 0. Okay. Now, we're kind of stuck on the A value, aren't we? Let's write a rule. The order pair. Class, the A value affects what? The X or the Y? The Y. So I'll have AY. AY. And the D value affects the what? X or the Y? The Y. So I don't need a B or C, so I can have X, comma, AY plus D. X, comma, AY plus D. So I'm trying to figure out this A value for my formula, and I know my D value is negative 4. So we need to figure out an A value. So how do I do that? Well, if I know it's affecting the Y coordinates, I'm just going to write down all of the order pairs. So I'm just making this table of values, and I have 2 graphs, f of x and g of x. And I'm just going to write down all the order pairs. 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 8. And then the other order pairs are, pay attention, 0, negative 4. So let's put a pen right here. I'm going to use this pen to kind of cross off this list. So now I'm at g of x. 0, negative 4. 1, negative 1. And then 2, 20. 2, 20. So let's see if we can color code this. This graph on the left is my f of x values. and my g of x are these numbers. Okay. So here shows the shifted down 4 units, right? So if I put in x equals 0, my y-coordinate, if I take the y-coordinate, I do something towards a times my y value is 0, and then 0 minus 4 is negative 4. Okay? Here's the hard part. How do I go from 1 to negative 1? Okay, subtract 2, but I'm going to have to eventually subtract 4 to this value. Okay, so what happens if I do the opposite? What's instead of subtracting 4, let's just say add 4. What's 4 minus 3? Sorry, that's the answer. 4 minus 1. 3, right? Are you following me? So if I put in here 3 times the y value minus 4 is going to get this. Let's try it. 1 times 3 is what, class? And 3 minus 4 is negative 1. Let's try this one. 8. 3 times 8 and 24 minus 4 is 20. My a value is 3. Let's review what we've done so far. I made some observations of words. I get letters. I get numbers. I can get numbers by double checking the coordinates. It's what you just wrote down, right? So I wrote down the coordinates. I want to look at some behaviors. And now I'm going to write a formula. So if you think about it, this is what we did yesterday. I started from here, and then I wrote something that affects the order pairs. Today, we're affecting the order pairs and writing a formula. So let me write down this formula. Let's do this together. Class, do I have an a value? Do I have an a value? Yeah, what is it? 3. Let's write that down. 3. Remember, this is not an f value. That just means function. Yes or no? Do we have a b value? No? Cross it off. Do you have a c value? No. Cross it off. Do you have a d value? What is it? Negative 4. Okay. That negative 4 is on the outside. And inside we just have an x, and you can close your parentheses there. Let's make sure we followed all the directions. We analyzed it. We made some observations in words. So basically we are describing these transformations here. And then it says write an equation. Well, I get letters and then numbers. To make sure my numbers were correct, I used the order pairs, and I got a formula.